Bitcoin apparently is going to 26,000.
Why crypto keeps going down. Because all of you are analyzing the market, saying, why is it going down? Who's selling? Who's the bear? I've looked at the angles on the chart, and I don't know why it's still going down. Let me tell you why it's going down. It's going down because you think it won't. So everyone's max longing. Because the market's become super volatile, most people have lost all of their money, so everyone's like, well, it can't go any lower. Let me just borrow some money, and let me max long and make it all back in one trade. Let me tell you a secret of the universe. Everything can always get worse. You could lose your entire family in a car crash, and it could be the worst day of your life. And on your way to the morgue to identify the bodies, you could also get in a car crash and lose a leg. And then on your way to the hospital, the ambulance could crash and lose a hand. And then when you're recovering with no family and no hand and no leg, you get an infection. Because the cleaner who cleans the hospital decided to not clean your room so they could go home early. It can always get worse. The price can always go lower. The more you believe that the price isn't going to dump, so you should borrow a bunch of money to max long, because we're at the bottom, the more you believe this is a sure thing, it's going to be fine, the more fucked you are. It can always get worse. And it will continue to get worse until all of the optimism is gone, until all the longs have stopped being placed, till everyone's out of money, till nobody's going to profit. And once that is in place, once nobody is going to make it all back with one trade, once everybody's lost all their fucking money, then we go to all-time high. That's the way the universe works.
And Tristan's there getting liquidated in the back. Wow, bruh, it's not nice. And I am afraid that this could be a factor. The only hope I do have is that certain indicators are flashing right now. If I show you which indicators are flashing, this is the only hope left. I'm being serious, and also with the fear and greed, being in fear, and it also hit extreme fear very recently too.
Bitcoin's price just flashed a massive buy alert from the Crusader signals just yesterday when it fell down to $103,000. Now, this obviously doesn't mean that Bitcoin's price is for sure about to pump, but I do want to show you what's happened the last couple times that this alert has gone off, because it is pretty interesting. So the last time that this alert went off was in August, when Bitcoin's price absolutely sent it from $107,000 all the way up to $125,000 for the new all-time high. And the time before that was when Bitcoin's price bounced down to $100,000, and then from there sent it all the way up to $125,000 again for another all-time high. So the last two times that this indicator has gone off, we've seen a pretty solid pump follow soon thereafter. So it's obviously not guaranteed that this is going to happen again, but it is worth watching because things are heating up the lower that Bitcoin's price is going. Bitcoin's price just
To be fair though, you have to be bullish if Bitcoin's price does go lower, because it's more likely that it will snap back. It just depends on whether the bull market is over, because people think every time we get a big liquidation it's going to magically reverse up, but that's just not how it works. Currently it doesn't look good because it is going down, and as soon as it has hit this blue line here, it doesn't want to break out of it. It needs to break out of it to fly higher. It has to go up to about 108k, chill there for a little bit, then claim 110, and then we may be able to get and take out some of these liquidations on the top side, especially if you look at the heat map, because the majority of it is to the top side, but there is some directly below us, which is an issue. If you go over to the 3 month though, a bit longer time frame, then you will see that the majority of liquidations are to the top side, as you can see there. Please go up. I beg it goes up. This is the last chance, and once this does happen, it is probably going to be the last rally as well. What is this technical analysis on Bitcoin? What is this technical analysis, nerds? What the hell is going on? First I'll nuke you, then I'll make you go mental with nothing happening chart pattern. That's literally what it is. And a lot of people are closing their trades. This guy has been known to get things right, and he's closing his trades based on the Bitcoin pattern, crypto technical analysis, and Saylor's recent post. Because every time Saylor posts, volatility is a gift to the faithful, the Bitcoin price tends to go lower, which isn't a good sign, especially with us being in a rising wedge pattern. Sentiment feels worse than a bear market. It does. It feels awful. And she's not buying this dip. I have my moon bag ready if November goes parabolic. I'd rather be mostly in stables and go all in like an absolute degen when everything inevitably crashes next year. This is the play. I feel like everyone is expecting it to crash next year, so it may crash either earlier or later. Maybe that's the crash now, but she's right for that because you'd rather have capital ready. The new index. That's true, bro. That is absolutely true. But institutional investors are all in on stocks. That's mad. They're all in. Retail interest, nowhere to be seen. People are calling it manipulation. But some people are saying sell everything.
Sell everything. Stocks, shares, bonds, commodities, property, crypto. I don't care what it is. Get out of all markets.
Look, that's what people are saying, man. I don't know if they're going crazy or it's just not a good time to be in the market.
Charles Schwab, worth $170 billion, just went on CNBC and said that the traffic to their crypto websites went up 90% and that they control literally 20% of all crypto-related exchange products. So if they control that much and that much increase is happening this year, what do you think is going to happen when people like Trump continue to promote and integrate cryptocurrency into the government?
In crypto, we do offer crypto ETFs, Bitcoin futures, closed-end funds. In fact, our clients own 20% of all the crypto exchange-traded products in our country. So they've been very active. We've seen visits to our crypto site go up 90% in the last year. It's a topic that's of high engagement.
Trump is going on national television saying that crypto could be the greatest revolution in finance since the internet.
This could be perhaps the greatest revolution in financial technology since the birth of the internet itself.
And at the same time, the president of the United States is saying they will never sell their Bitcoin.
From this day on, America will follow the rule that every Bitcoin knows very well: never sell your Bitcoin. That's a little phrase that they have. I don't know if that's right or not. Who the hell knows, right?
And then we have Donald Trump Jr., his son, basically saying they're all in on crypto.
The reason we got into crypto and we're all in on crypto and we're doing American Bitcoin and we have World Liberty Finance and USD1 was because there was a time, and probably I'd been on this show, where I could call any single banker in New York City. They'd pick up the phone. I'd be able to get a loan for whatever real estate project I was doing across the street. Then we got into politics, and all of a sudden, they wouldn't take your call. You couldn't get financing. We were debanked. And what I realized, and my brother realized, because we were the recipients of every subpoena imaginable, was that, you know what, we were actually just the top of this sort of pyramid scheme that we didn't realize we were a part of, that the financial system was totally undemocratized because we had a certain balance sheet and whatever, we could kind of do whatever we wanted. The regular guy was messed up. Now we were all of a sudden in the shoes of the regular guy that wouldn't be able to take advantage of the markets. And we said, what's the solution for that? The answer is crypto. You know, these decentralized platforms where you're not beholden to this, where you create efficiencies. As a guy that did real estate, why am I paying points in and out for title insurance that could be done on the blockchain? So we got into crypto, not because it was like, hey, this is the next cool thing. We got into it out of necessity. We got into it because we understood just how quickly we could be turned off, even as an incredible developer from New York City. I mean,
listen to what he said. He said he got into it out of necessity. I always say, if you don't get with it, you'll get left behind. And that's basically what I mean by it. It's just so efficient. Cryptocurrency and blockchain technology is truly an innovation. And what happens is the people that adopt it get this increase of efficiency that the people that don't adopt it don't get, right? And so they just get this advantage. And the advantage just shows itself in reality, and it kind of gets other people.
This is giving me serious top signals, though, I'm not going to lie, let's be honest. But it is probably the future, just not yet. Maybe in a few years' time, maybe 3-4 years.
When like they have to get it. Imagine a business that adopts it versus a business that doesn't. The business that adopts is going to make way more money and have increased efficiency to the point where the business that doesn't, they're just going to get weeded out. Just like the people that didn't adopt the internet when the internet came out, they just got weeded out just simply through competition.
so we actually, as innovators, as people who understand these things, we went all in on a concept that makes total sense because we'd actually been the recipient of how quickly that can be shut off.
So yeah, they went all in on crypto. The question is, what are you doing? If everybody and all of the credibility says that crypto is legitimate at this point.
Don't listen to guys like this. You have to make your own decisions and you need to have a pros and cons list and know exactly what you're doing. You don't want to get smoked. As I speak though, Bitcoin might be doing something which we want it to do. I don't want to get overgassed because you never know. And it is a Sunday. Usually on Mondays we get better price action, but hopefully it can give us some strength today.
Simply put, the shadow government has found a new way to get rich behind our backs. And they've stacked the odds in their favor to the point where we have no chance unless we actually invest with them. This report exposes the fact that stablecoins are increasing liquidity in our system. Basically, they are able to put double the amount of money into risk-on assets like crypto and stocks to increase the price without anybody knowing. And they're doing it through government debt. If you took $100,000 and put it into treasury, stocks, or whatever the case is, the government is forced to pay you back the initial amount plus, let's say hypothetically, an 8% yield. So you profit $8,000 if you buy bonds, treasuries, which is an IOU from the United States government. Now the question is, how do they pay the interest on this IOU? They usually do it through 3 different ways. Number one, they do it by taxing the public. They do it by rolling the debt over, by not paying the debt and just rolling it over and printing new money. And then they do it by the Federal Reserve. When you give that 100 grand to the government, they actually spend it by paying government employees, funding the military. They spend the money on the United States. So when they're spending that money, what do you think happens to stock prices if the government is buying Apple computers, right? They're spending money in our entire economy. Then crypto and stocks start going up in value the more that the government spends. And they found a way to duplicate that through stablecoins. Look at this transparency report from Tether. They take your money. So when you give them $1,000, they take it and they put it in U.S. Treasury bills and a bunch of U.S. debt instruments, and you get the stablecoin, but they get the yield from the U.S. government as an IOU. So the government is really, really happy with Tether because they keep giving the government money to spend on America. See, this is just the old normal way. They found a way through stablecoins to duplicate the amount of money that goes into the United States government. Let me show you. So if a bank creates a stablecoin, which they just passed a law, the Genius Act, that allows a bank to legally create a stablecoin, they can take that money you put in their stablecoin and double it. They essentially first put it into government debt, like we just said. All they need to do is hold the reserves 1-to-1. So if you give them $100, they take $100, they put it in a bank, they call it cash, but really it's just government debt. They say it's equivalent. And then they give you $100 worth of the stablecoin. As you can see right there, it goes into government debt and the bank gains a yield. But then you take that stablecoin and you could put it in DeFi. And right now, there's something that's called tokenized debt. We've been talking about this for a while. There's tokenized debt, meaning the same debt can be purchased through DeFi as well. DeFi just means decentralized finance. It's crypto finance. The main point you got to understand is that 100K just got duplicated. One in DeFi, right? And one in government debt. But see, the thing is, in DeFi, you could actually purchase government debt. That's a duplication of money flowing into the system. And look at how fast this DeFi government debt is growing. There's a lot of people purchasing government debt within DeFi. Before stablecoins, here's the top holders of US debt. U.S. debt is so good that Japan has $1.1 trillion worth of U.S. debt. We have trillions of dollars. Now, all these people are holding it the old way. What do you think they're going to do when they figure out you can duplicate their yield? They can get double the amount of yield by just simply putting it in a stablecoin. They started figuring this out, and I want you to take a look at all the RWA, or real world asset growth, in crypto in comparison to the green line, which is stablecoins. They all started just going crazy on stablecoins after this happened. Now, I'm running out of time, so follow for part 2. We're going to actually talk about interest rates and how they play a role in printing even more money in this feedback loop.
Well, the best trader I know lost everything, and that seems to be a recurring theme, which isn't good at all. But hopefully, look, this is the liquidity I was talking about. The reverse will be biblical. Hopefully,
Simply put,
man, hopefully. Why not investing is risky? Because look at the US dollar, bro. Look at the purchasing power. It's down to less than around about 12%, which is awful, from 100% in 1970. Look at this guy. This is the problem with leverage trading. People think they're smart and they know exactly what they're doing, but let's see here. Let's see if he knows what he's doing.
4600 account management, lot size 50. 1, 2, 3. As always, guys, believe in your strategy. We are going. This is the baddest strategy, guys. Sniper entry, 30K, target profit 30K. Discipline, consistency. You must have discipline. Oh God, I'm your son.
He got liquidated, bro. You don't want to be that guy, bro. I don't know why that's funny. It's because of his accent, but it's nasty. This is going to sound nuts to people, but right now would be the smartest time to sell some gold and buy some Bitcoin. Because look at Bitcoin over gold. It's making this pattern, and usually this wedge breaks out. It's an ascending triangle, and it breaks out to the upside, hopefully. And global M2 is exploding. Bitcoin is about to hopefully go parabolic. And we have actually broken out. As I speak right now, we've broken out. So this is a very, 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 very good sign. Now gold apparently is topped. And Bitcoin hopefully can pump. Because usually when gold tops, Bitcoin pumps. Quant sent me this and didn't say a single word. Because if we do pump from here, guy's not wrong. We are in the most parabolic stage of the cycle ever, and we may even get an alt season, but it solely depends on Bitcoin breaking all-time highs. It has to break 125,000 US dollars, and that's when things go crazy. But it's only going to be for a couple of months. It's almost over. It's literally almost over. And remember what happened to Solana. When it is all over, this is the disgusting things you're going to see. Things are going to go from $260 to $9, man. Solana's going to tank like crazy. Only OGs remember what happened on October the 10th. It's going to be a dark, dark day in crypto that everyone got liquidated. Look at these lot, they're rushing to gold. Usually when people are rushing to one thing, run as far as away as you can from that and go into the asset that they're hating on. And currently that's Bitcoin. But you have to have your safety measures in place, such as a stop loss. Apparently we're here as well. The amount of bear posting is crazy. And apparently the silver top is in. And Andrew Tate, although we're listening to him, he's lost $750,000 trading publicly. So should we listen to him? I don't know. Andrew Tate said BTC is going to 26k. This is who you're trading against. Extreme fear, bruh. They are beginning to tell the sheep, soon we feast.
Ranges were now the same again, which I think has a pretty good chance of happening once more. That could even, again, gold moving just sideways or lower, and Bitcoin continuing to move higher. And I think you see that into the fourth quarter, into the end of the year.
So we've combined all of those together. What we are concluding with this is if the historical patterns have played out like they have in the past, we could see a rally for Bitcoin and a consolidation phase for regular gold.
Ranges were now the same again.
No way, they're actually telling the masses on CNBC. That's crazy, bruh. Crypto bros collectively decided to buy gold, top blasted and made it wick to 4,800. It has been down only since. We thank you for your sacrifice. Crypto bros are getting wrecked, bro. No way this video marked the peak or top on gold. Look at the state of this video is jokes.
We're scrapping the AP, people. That's how high gold became.
Look at this. Gold is pumping so hard. Watch dealers are melting their gold watches and selling it to scrappers for 48k. If Bitcoin is at 120k, why can't gold go to 20k? And it's true, but it's just going to take a while.
We're scrapping the AP, people. That's how high gold became. We're literally scrapping APs and making more money scrapping it than selling it.
Yo, gold been up.
I know.
Gold is so crazy.
Look at the price, my friend.
They say it's gonna be $6,000.
It's going to.
Why not?
It has to. Bitcoin's at 120, 130. Gold is to be 20,000 an ounce.
In gold we trust.
In gold we trust. I love you.
What a joker, bro. What an actual joker. That literally marked the top. Is mad. S&P futures erased the losses. And Bitcoin $1. Now it'd be 123 mil in 2009. And if you bought $1 of silver, it'd be $3. So it's not that big of a move. But people are just overgassing it like they always do. But this guy who called the top is right so far. But hopefully he's wrong, because we do not want to go back to McDonald's, friends. We do not want to go back to McDonald's. And like I say, Bitcoin has broken out. We just need serious pumps. We need them quick, because we need October. If October doesn't happen, there's a high likelihood that this bull market is over. The only hope we've got is Bitcoin pumping, man. It needs to go, and it needs to go quick.